So it is 10:30, quarter to 11 on New Year's Eve. We just finished packing like 20 minutes ago. Now we're cleaning up. This is what we're taking back home. But we managed to just fit a lot of it in there.
It's honestly like just like miscellaneous stuff that we don't really need.
Yeah. So pretty stoked by how much we fit in the trunk. We're tired.
We were able to fit quite a bit, but it's been a very long day.
Yes.
Then we slept in today.
Yeah, we didn't start until 8.
We didn't start till 8.
Yeah.
Because for the last year and a half, we've been starting our days at about 5 till like 11. So it's nice to have slept in a little bit. And tomorrow we're starting.
Yeah.
Which still feels very weird.
It doesn't feel real.
It doesn't feel real. I don't think it's going to actually click in for a couple weeks, but
I feel like it's not going to click in for me until we're like halfway through like Baja. But like, oh my gosh, we're not going back home immediately. We're going to be gone for a couple months.
I think I agree. I feel like it'll probably be like 2 weeks, and then after about 2 weeks, they'll also be like, oh, we're not going home right now.
Yeah.
So we still need to get the surfboards on the roof.
Oh yeah.
Can't forget about that.
And we have to look for the straps. So we're not done for the night, but we're mostly done. So we got to do last minute things, and then we're going to go ring in the new year. Yeah.
We have an hour left of 2022. And then starts the rest of our lives. I'm already very tired.
Yep.
So I'm looking forward to finally being someplace warm.
Yes, I agree. 100%. Well, we're going to go for the night.
See you guys later.
Bye.
Happy New Year's.
See you next year.
The worst.
Nice. Good morning. It's the morning of the 1st. It's around 9 o'clock. It's just me right now. But our family is coming over for breakfast to have a little bit of a send-off, and then we'll just hang out for a little bit, and then we're gonna go on the road. Our house is kind of empty because we have a friend that's gonna come and house sit, and she wants to put some stuff in this corner, so we cleared that out. We got some of our stuff put away so that our friend can move in and make it more cozy at home for her while she's house sitting. But yeah, this is really surreal. We're leaving in a couple hours. We're only driving to Vancouver, so nothing super exciting, but still like we're starting. It's also my birthday, and that's also weird because it doesn't feel like it's my birthday because we're leaving, but it's exciting. We're really excited, and we're excited that you guys are following us along right now. It's pretty cool. We are on the road. We're doing it, which is so crazy. We had a really awesome morning celebrating my birthday and saying goodbye to our families. We're in Merritt right now. We're on our way to Vancouver. Josh just had to go for a little pit stop. And we got some gas. Fun stuff. And yeah, we're driving to Vancouver. We're about halfway there.
Only have like another 2 hours.
Yeah. We're back on the road.
The next morning.
Okay, we are day 3.
Or day 2.
Day 2?
It's day 3.
It's day 3. It's January 3rd. We totally forgot to film yesterday, but yesterday was kind of a gong show, but also like a good thing because we spent the morning in Surrey with our really good friends, and we had breakfast with them, and then we also had coffee with another good friend. And then we started going towards the border, but we didn't realize that we picked the busiest border crossing. So we were in the border crossing lineup for 2.5 hours. And then once we crossed the border, they wanted to do a second search of our vehicle, so that was another like hour.
Well, it was kind of funny. So we went through the whole line, and then the guy asked us, where are we heading? So we told him where we were heading. And then basically, which I thought was a smart idea, I basically told him where our stops were each day up until we get to Mexico, just because that's all he needs to know. And he's like, well, you're changing your destination a lot. It's like, yeah, like our end goal is here, but these are our stops in the US.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, that's kind of weird that you have so many different spots you're going. So we're gonna have to do a deeper search. So I was like, okay, that's fine. And it was funny because they gave us a slip of paper for why we were being inspected. And it said we did not disclose whether we had fruits or vegetables.
But we did.
But we did. He asked us and I said no. So we waited in line inside, parked the vehicle, waited for another probably hour and a half, 2 hours. And by the time we got to the front, the guy was like, okay, like, where are you going? And I said the same thing. We're driving through the States and this is where we're going. Our end goal is here. So essentially the exact same thing I told the guy. And he's like, oh, okay. He's like, do you have fruits and vegetables? I was like, no. So he literally said, okay, this is dumb then. I'll find someone who cares.
Yeah, he literally said, I'll find someone who cares.
So then found another guy who basically was like, oh, that sounds like a fun trip. He's like, well, give me a couple minutes, I'll get you out of here. He literally walked out, looked at our car for maybe
5 minutes?
Maybe.
Not even?
Maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then came back and basically was like, yeah, you guys are good to go. Have a good trip, stay safe. And we were on our way.
Yeah.
So we waited for, essentially it was 4 hours we were at the border.
Yeah.
For what took them 2 minutes to search and 2 minutes to talk to us. So we were supposed to arrive at our end goal last night at the time we got through the border.
Yeah.
So we were hoping to be at our friend's place by about 5 o'clock yesterday. We didn't get there till about quarter till 11. Funny enough, we actually picked up an awning for the truck while we were on the way as well. So I have that. That's currently tie down strapped to the roof. And we are now driving onward towards California. So right now, we started off in Salem, Oregon this morning with our friend Kitty's parents, Matt and Jamie Boda.
Shout out to you guys.
And they let us crash at their place. I may or may not have run over a tree in their driveway.
It's a little tree, it's okay.
And now we're on the way to the coast. So
Yes.
we are about an hour away right now from the Oregon coast.
Yeah.
So this feels like our trip is kind of officially starting now. Because we crossed the border in the US and now we're actually rolling to see things that are beautiful. We were going to bomb through the States pretty quick, but after talking with our friend's parents and talking with another friend as well, I was kind of reminded the reason for this whole trip, and we're slowing down a bit.
Yeah.
So our initial plan is to be in California tonight, but now we're going to kind of see. We're just going to see where we end up today. So we're heading out to the coast, and we're just going to kind of roll and take it easy and see where we end up. And we'll get to California when we get to California. We're still hoping to get to Mexico by the weekend, but we'll see what happens.
We stayed last night along a pullout on Highway 101 in Oregon. It was a really nice, quiet little spot tucked away, and then we started driving first thing in the morning towards California, and we were gonna drive to San Francisco along the Highway 101. But it turns out there's a weather advisory, and there's strong winds and rain and everything like that. And we were driving. We got to, I don't know what town it was. It was a little town.
It was like just outside of Crescent City.
It was probably an hour away from south of Crescent City. And we get there and we get turned around because the highway's closed now because there's a bunch of fallen trees and power lines. So we turn around and then the oil light comes on.
And essentially, the gist of it is check to make sure you put your oil caps back on tight once you check your oil. We topped up for fuel and everything this morning, and then I'm just getting in the habit of just like always checking fluids kind of every time we stop. And I topped up our oil and just wasn't thinking about it, and topped up the oil, put the cap back on the oil, put that away, and then I closed the hood. And I don't remember putting the oil cap on or not tight enough or what. So essentially we drove for about an hour with no oil cap on, and the oil light came on the truck. So thankfully checked, figured that out, topped it up. I had, oddly enough, I had like an OEM oil cap in the car somewhere. I don't know why. So we were able to put that on, get to another gas station, essentially do pretty well an oil change in a gas station parking lot. I don't even know where we were. And then funny enough, because we were turned around, we actually ended up going back through the town that we lost the oil cap in, and we found the oil cap.
Yeah, in Crescent City at the 76 gas station we found it, and it was fine.
Yeah, so truck is still fine. Everything's good. That again confirmed why we bought a Land Cruiser or any Toyota.
Yes.
I don't recommend driving it with no oil cap or little oil, but I now learned it can do that. Everything's still working perfectly fine.
Yeah.
I'm thankful we caught it when we did, though.
Yes.
Because if we left it much longer, it could have turned into a bigger problem. Mm-hmm. But thankfully, caught it before anything bad happened.
Yes. So we are super grateful that we were able to avert a crisis there and get the oil topped up. And now we are driving still towards San Francisco, but we are taking the interstate. So we're driving Highway 199 over to the interstate. So a little bit of a detour, make it a bit of a longer day, but we'll still get there.
Yeah, we're gonna get there sometime this evening, and we're gonna hang out with our buddy Lee from Cruising to Camp.
Yeah!
And then we'll see where we end up from there. Exactly.
And a lesson that we keep learning in these first couple days of this trip is to slow down. And I'm glad we are learning this now before anything crazy happens or we miss a lot of amazing spots. So
yes,
we're very grateful for that. Reminder to you guys too, to do that. Slow down, double check, make sure everything's good to go before you just race off to the next spot.
Kind of one thing I want to add is, before my grandfather passed away, one thing that I remember my father always telling me about him, and that I really appreciate and I want to try and remember for this, but his big thing was always slow down and smell the roses. Because every day when he'd get home from work, he'd go in, he'd drop his bag, and then he'd walk back out to their garden and he'd smell the flowers in their yard just for a moment to slow down. So I want to try and remember that, as it is one thing I'm very much not good at. I run way too fast for everything.
Yeah.
So maybe this is a reminder to slow down for a little bit.
Yeah.
Just appreciate the beauty that's around you.
Yeah, we got to see a lot of the beautiful Oregon coast. We wish we could have seen more of it. Oh no, we did see all of it. The California coast, the Northern California coast. We didn't see all of that. We saw the first little bit. And we're very grateful for that. But here's to the next stop. We're really excited to see the rest of California. Sunshine!
We finally made it to the sunshine. It just took us 5 days.
Yeah. We're just outside of LA.
Yeah. We've driven like 2,000 miles so far, I think.
Something like that.
Something like that.
But look at this. Look at that. Look at that.
Apparently the waves right now are like some of the biggest they've had in like 15 years.
away from our friend's house in Long Beach. I'm so excited to be here. I've never been to Long Beach. Have you, Josh?
I don't think so.
This is really cool. It's like not super warm, but it's definitely warmer than back home.
Quarter mile, turn right onto South.
It's so beautiful here.
This definitely feels like every movie, TV show of living in California.
Yes, definitely. I'm already in love with the spot. It's so cool.
All the houses are very cute.
Yes, there's a lot of cute houses. Like, look at these. So awesome. But yeah, we're gonna stay with our friend Lindsay for a couple days. I'm not sure how long, but we're really grateful that she is hosting us, and we're excited to see just this area and what she wants to show us around. So we'll keep you updated with that.
Destination will be on the left.
Our time in Long Beach quickly turned into us trying to troubleshoot and figure out what was going on with our electrical and solar system. We also had some small last-minute things to do, like an oil change and get some insurance for Mexico. It is January 8th today. We've been in Long Beach for a few days. We were planning on leaving yesterday to cross into Mexico and go into Baja, but we just felt like we had a lot of things to do in preparation before we left, including like some work stuff I need to do and like some banking stuff, things like that, and also truck stuff. Like our battery wasn't working, and we thankfully were able to get it working yesterday with the help of Kurt at GTFO Overland.
Yep.
He was such a huge help, such a homie. Thank you so much again if you're watching this. He helped us figure out what's going on with our battery system and got it all working, and now things are actually charging and the battery is actually awake and working. So that's amazing. And then we met a lot of awesome people. We got our oil changed at Squirrel Concepts, and we met some really awesome people there too. And now we're just prepping.
I think guys from Easy Supply
Easy
as well.
Supplies, yeah, Easy Supplies too. We met Jaime there the other night. He gave us some really sweet gear that we're so stoked to use.
There's a lot of really sick people in California.
Yeah, like
There's a way bigger community here than I was expecting.
it's a vibe here.
Nice.
Definitely a vibe here. Really like it. But yeah, today we're grinding to get everything ready to go before we cross into Baja tomorrow.
Yeah, we're basically just, nothing's like super urgent,
No.
but basically just last little bit of things. Like we
Yeah.
are tidying up everything in the truck just to make sure everything's all kind of like tied together.
Yeah.
Bought an awning on our way down here. I don't know
So
if you filmed
installing that.
So I'm trying to get that installed.
Yeah.
And then basically just, like we said, odds and ends, just getting everything together.
Yeah.
And then we're going to roll over tomorrow. Mm-hmm. We wanted to make sure that everything with the electrical was all dialed before we just dipped.
Yeah, because not
Because-
having electricity in the middle of the desert would suck.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's not a big deal for like lights and things like that, but our fridge is hooked up to that.
Mm-hmm.
And I just didn't want to solely rely on our starter battery.
Yeah.
It is a new battery, but
Don't
I
want to
know.
kill it.
I'd rather just be sure to be
Yeah.
safe.
Exactly. But yeah, today we're just trying to get stuff done, get our
Yeah.
ducks in a row before we go tomorrow.
Yeah, so we're just kind of tidying everything up. Basically going through all of our spare parts, everything, making sure we're good. Trying to mount a shovel on as well, because I realized when we left that we didn't bring a shovel. That's pretty good to have.
Yeah.
So just kind of, again, odds and ends and just getting everything kind of dialed in. And then we're going to head over tomorrow morning. Yeah.
Break. Prepped and ready to go to Mexico. Coming up in our next episode.